yo, I'm gonna be honest, forget the intro. Y'all gotta stop. Like, seriously. Like, whenever it's something like happy that I'm doing, I'm trying to watch March Madness or I'm trying to play the new Assassin's Creed Shadows and I'm getting back in the live stream, I'm feeling good. And then out comes this little rocket out of nowhere piled with a mess of things. And then, boom! We're back here again talking about Wizard 101 again because apparently this recent spring update that we had, apparently it's more buggier than I could have possibly imagined. Yeah, buckle up, Buttercup, because we got a lot to talk about. And honestly, I personally didn't really care much for this update. It's a spring update. You kind of have to find your own fun. But yeah, here we go. At my opinion, this morning a hotfix was released addressing some issues from this year's Wizard 101 spring update, as we've seen all the time in Wizard 101's updates. It's kind of like why I kind of label this game as like an early access build. Anyway, this patch falls short of addressing critical player concerns. Some issues were fixed, yes, but not the most important and definitely not the most obvious ones. It goes off. Look, we're all human, and so too are the developers. Bugs happen. We wouldn't expect immediate fixes for every new issue. Yeah, which is fair. There is, however, a matter of priorities. One would think that the game-breaking issues should be prioritized for the patch. And I'm gonna be honest, it's also kind of like, I think, a bad PR in a sense, because you're thinking about, wow, this game is like super broken on like PC. I can't even imagine like how bad it's gonna be on console if this same type of like, I don't know, if this same energy it just keeps happening. Like, if you're a console player and you've been watching my videos, or like you're new to the channel, I'm gonna be honest, like, good luck. Whenever it releases on consoles, you're gonna need it. Like, if you ever experience a bug or game breaking bugs or glitches, like, good luck, man. It's gonna be a minute. Like, if you're not used to playing something broken, I'm here to tell you to get used to it, man. As someone that has played this game for 10 plus years, I'm telling you, man, just get used to it. And I can say that for the whole community, and I've been saying it for a very long time, to kind of get used to game breaking stuff and kind of get used to Wizard 101 always being broken. However, as the mighty contemplative would say, that definitely wouldn't be fair, or it definitely wouldn't bring a means to a conversation. Of course, it matters that we have game-breaking bugs, and it shouldn't be ignored, and it shouldn't be accepted. Not in this video game, not in any video game. It definitely should not be accepted. I think a similar issue happened with Call of Duty's Warzone, when they had like a influx of cheaters, and it was taking them such a long time to like, I guess, address that issue. But anyway, continuing on with this thread, this continues a long trend of misprioritized patches from King's Isle in recent years. The most egregious example is the Crystal Caves blocker from early 2024. For an entire week, players were unable to progress in Avalon due to the world-building mistake. Yes. And we made videos about that, and that was a whole fiasco. That was insane. This was a 2-minute fix that was delayed for over a week. A bug that blocked mainline player progression. We know players questing at the time who quit the game for months as a result. Approximately 25% of their monthly membership was wasted with no compensation. Recently, players lose spellments by upgrading their Scion spell. According to the developers, this has not been an easy fix. However, why not make an official statement or temporarily block its upgrades? The fix takes time, but there are better ways to handle the situation. And to kind of add on to that, the reason they don't really make official statements, especially on their official social media channels, is they're kind of, what was the word I'm looking for? They're really afraid of like responsibility in a sense. So, whenever we have these game breaking updates, they just kind of say, oh, hey, Wizard101's going to have a hot fix, and then they say nothing about it. They never really want to feel responsible for anything. The main mindset is that they are always right and that the players will always 1,000% always be wrong, and that whatever happens means that we're just moaning, and then the developers get angry that the players like myself and everybody else is moaning that we keep getting glitchy updates, and then they say like, oh, you guys are being mean, blah 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 blah. You know, it kind of like gets to a point where it's like this happens constantly throughout the years, and you know, it wouldn't surprise me if players are finally kind of getting fed up about the issues of bugs and glitches. And I can't stress it enough in all my update videos. Just like, take your time with it, man. It says the test realms, I mean, we'll go into the test realm part later, because in the Discord there's like a whole paragraph that we have to read. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be, but hopefully not too long. Actually, let me start moving my character around just so I don't get too inactive. But going back to this conversation, today a new bug was introduced that made the friend gift box inaccessible. Again, we all make mistakes, but where is the public announcement? Players not in the loop will feel they were scammed upon gifting a friend, spending crowns without getting the result they paid for. And I didn't even know that. I mean, that's insane to me, personally. Insane. That's insane. Like, what if I gifted Nicole the pink wings, like, back in the day, like, right now, and then she didn't get it, and, like, like, I just spent, like, $5 for nothing, right? Thankfully, I gifted her all the stuff years ago, you know, back when the game was actually stable and functional, but now, lately, in the recent years, as Atmoplex says, just a misprioritization with all these updates and stuff like that. And then everybody wonders why I don't renew my membership, and these are kind of the reasons why. You know, there's not really much of a point of spending money on this game when in reality the game is broken. You know, and of course some of these issues I don't really care about. Like, I don't care about the friends gift, I don't care about the Scion spells and Avalon crystal caves. I, you know, don't care for, because I don't go in those areas, right? Ironically, in the spring update, I haven't really noticed much issues because I just don't really care much for them, you know, especially for the boss rematches. When I just don't care much about any of that stuff. It doesn't bother me because I kind of like, I've already came to the realization that, you know, in my brain, mentally, I see this game as an early access. I don't see this as like a full game. Maybe back in the day, you know, when we had like Darkmoor and stuff like that, you know, back when we had like a stronger, I feel like, developer team, it felt like, you know, we had a lot more resources. And I guess it just felt natural when I was playing this as a kid. But, you know, playing this as an adult now, and like I'm seeing all the glaring issues that this game has, you know, I would definitely never recommend this game to anybody, right? Personally, for me. And especially the paywall, but the paywall stuff is a different issue. Anyway, continuing on the thread, one more issue with new spells added to the Arcanum trainers. The Blast Off spell has an issue where you need to already have the spell trained in order to train it. I can't even. Okay. Anyway, it's not funny. It's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's silly. This straightforward issue wasn't addressed in today's patch, despite being reported since test run. I can't wait to go into the Discord stuff, because if you go into the Wizard101 Discord server and you go to like the advanced combat channel tab, dude, it's, I don't know what happened today. Like, I gotta ask my girlfriend if it's like Mercury in retrograde, but like, people are pissed, man. Like, people are not happy. Anyway, Atmoplex finishes it off with the quality of updates has been on a steep decline. Yeah, you think? We employ Wizard101 producers to reflect on this and take action. We believe in their ability to restore the game's quality standards. The community deserves better communication and prioritization of critical issues, which is fair. I would have to say that's fair for any game, right? And like I said, it's not okay just to be okay with it. Just because I say I'm okay with it doesn't mean I don't care for the game. Same reason why I still make Wizard101 videos. Even if I don't enjoy the game, I still have a passion for delivering the news and having these discussions with you guys. Because somewhere in my heart, I still care about this game. It's my childhood. I met my girlfriend on it. Like, you know, I built a lot on this game, including money. I like money. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, some other people might not say it to you, bro, but I like money, bro. Now we gotta read the Discord, and let me just say, just main like trigger warning. Like, it's long, dude. It's people writing essays in here. I don't know what's going on today. Like, I don't know, but I guess people just again had enough of all like the bugs and glitches and stuff like that. And that's crazy about the friends box thing. Like, you really could send somebody a friends gift, like an energy elixir or whatever, and like they won't be able to like open it up at all. So that one definitely is like, ugh. They definitely got it. You know, every time they have these updates, it seems like something gets broken. Like, it seems like everything just goes like, it's like every update derails. That's bad. When you have every single update derail the game, that's really bad. And I don't know if that's a coding issue or if it's just like spaghetti coding with how old the game is, but that's really bad. Like, that seriously should get looked at. Okay, so over here, this comes in from Court, which I usually don't see Court, like, you know, making any complaints a lot, or at least writing essays. But if you want to read this full entire, I guess, like, Discord stuff, like, you can just scroll up in the messages and see what people are saying. But I thought this was pretty interesting, and it caught my eye, and we'll read it together. It feels terrible when we report issues that don't get addressed. I worked with Ratbeard to repro the deck issues, and I came up with repro steps for at least a portion of the Scion Spellmint's issues. Seems there might be other issues at play as well. Neither of those bugs were addressed in the latest hotfix. And then there are some issues like Blastoff's prerequisites being incorrect that were noticed on day 1 of Test Realm, and yet they still aren't fixed. But instead, King's Isle focus with the latest hotfix seems to have been get something out quickly instead of actually addressing the major issues that came with the spring update. I just lost off. It seems like this hotfix only fixed issues with rematches, Band-Aid patched the release pet bug, and then undid and essentially all of the work done for CL creatures. I mean, that's not really a hotfix. These were major issues that should have been addressed. Players spent time trying to replicate these bugs for you guys, and you guys pushed out a fix without addressing them. So why should we continue to waste our time reproducing bugs if you guys aren't going to use the steps provided to actually correct the issues? Yo, whoa, Court, chill. God dang. Oh, like I said, I don't know if it's like a Mercury retrograde or what. God dang. Might have to drink some water after that. Yeah, players are not happy, bro. Yeah. Jeez. Yikes. All right. Continuing on, just had to move my character. Okay. I understand programming takes time, but it's terrible to see devs say we can't reproduce it or we don't know why it's happening when players like myself have spent time directly working with the developers to come up with repro steps. If the devs don't have time to make simple adjustments like the blast off prerequisite, then clearly there's something wrong with the production process at King's Isle. Chill, Court. Hey, chill, Court. And this isn't unique to the spring update, just this one happens to be one where every feature released had a major bug in it. This happens with most updates from King's Isle. To this day, players are still finding issues with the Bank UI released 2 years ago. Portal Apparel was broken for an entire year. While I'm sure the developers working on the game have good intentions, there must not be any time for quality control at King's Isle. every single update is get this out as fast as possible, fix the bugs later. Yeah, I've said that for years, and that's not how this should be going. The devs want players to reproduce issues and write proper bug reports. That's not the job of a player. We found an issue, we gave you as much information as we can provide. No 12 players are going to spend their time and resources on a raid key hoping to reproduce some magic bug only for a developer of the company to say, well, that's not enough information, or did you try this, or programming is aware but they're busy with other things. I understand reproducing some little bugs here and there, but you cannot expect that from players. That's your QA team's job, and unfortunately they're not very good at it. Yo, what the hell? Yo, whoa, 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 whoa. Yo. 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 Whoa. Dude. God. You look. Yo. Hey man, I just been chilling on this spring update. Yo. Wow. Okay then. Anyway, designer Artie does make a response. It is not the job of the player for sure, as mentioned above. If people are able to help us get more information about a problem, then it is appreciated, but certainly not required. Speaking for myself, I'm happy with however much effort people want to expand in finding and exploring bugs and feedback, and certainly no one is happy with these issues remain, for sure. It's not the job of the player, yeah, but it sure does end up invariably feeling like it is when basic issues that require nothing more than existing next to the update content pop up with every single feature in the updates. The alternative solution to not dealing with that is what? Not playing? Like, okay, I guess the Scion spells issues are just normal use cases, about as normal as you could probably get. The player doesn't even have to do anything interesting or unusual. You simply need only exist within breathing range of the spells, having trained them, which is what you do to get spells. Oh man, dude, what is going on? Oh man, oh man, dude, this is crazy. All this reminds me of when being able to view Willcast and Adventure Pet talents were added in the update on Test Run like 3 years ago. Fantastic feature, addition. Guess what? The update also did. Rendered every single Willcast in the entire game impossible to use. None of them showed up in combat, period. The update that added a feature to make pet powers visible on pets rendered all combat pet powers entirely unusable. There's just so many instances of stuff like this, and over time, it's just gotten more and more frequent. You don't have to do anything to find issues anymore. All you have to do is log in and have touched any of the update content, and you just find issues immediately. It's frustrating because what else can you do as a player? You've already done nothing to cause any issues. The only way you can avoid it is literally just not playing and not logging on and not interacting with anything to do with the update ever. This issue still exists for me. Rip 720 gold key spellments for me, I guess, because the funny spellment path I liked got removed, but in a weird, partial, not well-tested way. Just fun stuff like that requires pretty much almost nothing from the players except for existing and playing the game normally, except now they're much more frequent than before and less niche. It happens to main updates features, sometimes to the things that the entire update is named after, like Portal Apparel. Dang. I have absolutely no motivation to play this update outside of the weaving because of the bugs. There's just no point in farming spellments when either you get deleted randomly or actually cool pass aren't even out because they are totally non-functional. Shit, dude, I don't know what's going on. Bro, man, dude, there's a lot. I think the PvPers would disagree and say updates aren't coming fast enough. Probably should amend that to I'd rather have updates with higher quality features and less bugs instead of big quantity of features with several bugs. Let the PvPers get their spell updates. Ah, man. Our impression from the community at large is that they would prefer more than less. And we reduced test round length from 3 to 2 weeks because no one played in the third week, and we've been doing that for all of 2024 for sure. Not sure if we started that in 2023 or not. However, even with the third week, we often needed to patch updates. Yeah, and another thing about Test Realm is a paid service. Right, you either have to have an active membership or have made a $6 purchase in like the last 30 days. So that's probably why you don't have a large influx of players playing. But also, when I did that test round video, like the friends list was totally bugged. You couldn't play with your friends, and my friends included. We wanted to do the boss rematches. So since we couldn't do that, we literally tried everything. We were so close because we went to the castle tours, and we were gonna like place a teleporter down and all that stuff. Like, we could join another person's castle tours if they started a public match for the castle games like that, right? Because you can host public castle games, and that's the way how we met up. However, we couldn't use that specific gauntlet because you can't use gauntlets while you're in castle tours and stuff like that. So my friends, we tried super hard to like get into the boss rematches despite the friends list not working, and we just tried everything and it just didn't work. Like, nothing worked. And I think that's probably the reason why you're not seeing a lot of players playing on at least the third week, because week 1 you have a broken feature, week 2 you say you fixed it, right? But you've already lost a lot of players because they played it, and Test Realm is generally boring, and again, like I said, it is a paid service, so only paid players get to play it, right? In Test Realm, Test Realm's fine. My main quarrel with Test Realm is that, like, you play it, maybe you report a bug, that bug doesn't get fixed. And then that kind of, I feel like it's going to discourage the players a lot as a whole. And that's kind of like what Court said. That's why players aren't willing to, like, report any bugs anymore. I mean, look, I'll tell you a bug. The rat rematch that we did, for some reason, Rasputin respawned. And this was an issue in Test Realm, like, day 1. And we didn't know if it was a bug or if that was, like, part of the dungeon. Like, if that was part of the boss rematch. I think that's another problem with the game. A lot of players are starting to get confused about what's going to be a function and what's actually going to be a bug, because there's so many bugs and issues with the game to the point where players just don't know. Players just genuinely do not know what is functioning properly and what is not. Like, nobody knows. Dude, there are so many bugs and glitches in this game. I'm telling you. It's insane. Let me keep scrolling, though. Let me keep scrolling. The problem is, like, I don't know how to possibly report bugs better. Sure, Discord isn't the best way to get bugs fixed, but if I'm consistently sending Discord threads to various developers saying, here is a bug, I know this one is yours to fix, and then it doesn't get fixed. Like, the players did everything we could to get something fixed. LMAO, like, sometimes it gets skipped over, and other times we're told, yeah, we know it's a bug, but it's a matter of priorities, like the Void map. Court made another good suggestion, another good throwback. During early time of the raid, for the longest time, I don't know why. When you're doing a raid, you usually have a raid map. But in the voracious Void raid, there was no raid map for literally for no reason whatsoever, or at least no, I think there was a map, but it was glitched, and it took them the longest time to fix it. And that's another good. And again, it comes with all these issues about priorities and stuff like that, and it really does suck. It kind of makes you not want to play the game anymore, right? And again, that's what Atmoplex said, that they need to prioritize some of these issues a lot more better, right? And I understand they're human, right? We all understand they are human beings just like me. I don't know nothing about coding. I mean, I took computer science class, but like, I know nothing about it. You know, yeah. I know how to push like print, like dash hello or whatever, but like that's about it. Like, I know nothing about video games at all. These are really smart people, just like Court, Atmoplex, everybody else. You know, you got smart people in here that are willing to help you. But the problem is, though, when that energy isn't being reciprocated, it starts to get to the point where players are starting to kind of lose faith in the company. And then you guys wonder, okay, well, Richard, why don't you renew your membership? I mean, that's one of the reasons why. Like, hey, Richard, why don't you ever buy a crown sale? Well, that's the reason why. You know, I make my voice heard on here, but I also make my voice heard with this as well. By the way, there's a wallet for anyone that doesn't know. There's a wallet. Now, I'm not saying, oh, don't spend crown. You can spend as much money as you want on this game, right? But don't be surprised when you spend like $100 and you still see bugs and glitches, alright? I'm just saying. I don't know how much funding they need in order to make this issue go away. I don't think this issue is ever going to go away. I think we will always have bugs and glitches just because this has been a repeated type of offense for numerous years with buggy or rushed updates to the point where it's starting to become normal. And that's why I kind of call this game like an early access type of game, because we're not there yet, you know? Like, until I see some actual improvements, we really are not there yet. I'm gonna keep looking. I think we pretty much caught up. Oh gosh, someone wrote something big here. Their name is KI is an embarrassment. Oh my gosh. Selenopolis had areas that weren't even finished when the update got pushed to test realm. Why would we test further than that for anything when it is absolutely and painstakingly obvious that the update isn't finished? We reported the bugs, and some of them weren't fixed for months after the update went live. It's an actual joke at this point. Test Realm just shows us the crap that you are attempting to push to live isn't even close to being completed yet, and you will push it to live anyway. Heck, you won't even hotfix the game for little quest blocking bugs for months at a time. Chrysalis Museum plus the Avalon Raid area bug. Ooh, man. These are issues that should have been hotfixed. It was an entire point of the part of the updates, and yet weren't even close to working. There is absolutely zero QA that goes on. And if you tell me I'm wrong, I would be beyond baffled. We are proven time and time again that it doesn't. When just existing breaks the game, and you push out the updates that are nowhere close to being ready. It was really funny when the Guild Museum got pushed, but wasn't actually functional for 6 months because players in adventure parties. Same with in-person pet hatching, not working because the UI just didn't properly update. New features that don't work for months after being released. Wow. Wow. That is insane if it actually took like 6 months for the whole Guild Museum thing. Oh my god. That is terrible. Dude. That is terrible. Wow. Issues that deserve instant hotfixes. Raid key, recipe, bug, respawn the rat. Issues that don't. You can't quest through Avalon. Scion spellments get deleted. That's a throwback to the raid issue when it only costed like what 1 Azoth or something like that. And I crafted like a whole bunch, and we did a video showcasing that, because that wasn't supposed to happen. And yes, that is when I did get banned on Wizard101 for the very first time ever. I've been a bad boy. That was a funny glitch though. That was really funny. It would have been funnier if they just like banned people for like a week and then kept them like the keys, you know? Even if they did let me keep the keys though, I wouldn't use them because I don't have a guild anymore. That was funny, man. But yeah, again, they talk about that priorities with the thing, right? They talk about those priorities. The blatant disregard and disrespect towards player opinions in general makes me question why the devs even interact with this Discord in the first place. Yeah, and that's a good one. And we talk about constructive criticism. Look, contemplative probably, dude, I've seen contemplative write essays about me all the time. We banter all the time. Look, I'm not gonna cry over it. Dude, I love it when contemplative types, dude. He's like really good at like, debates and stuff like that. You should definitely check out his comments in some of my YouTube videos because they're really good. And he goes, he goes into detail about stuff. Like he looks for both sides. He's awesome, right? And personally for me, I ain't gonna cry about it. Even if I don't like it, I ain't gonna cry about it. But when you talk about it with the devs, and I've seen this happen a lot, you tell a dev something, at least for Wizard101, and they will just like instantly, nope, like nope, like nope, 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 like nope. They don't want to hear it. And when you have an attitude like that, and when players start to notice that becomes bad. Like, you can't do that, you know? And I understand that we're on a limited technology. I understand that resources are low, but if you're not even open to some ideas or suggestions, as Court has been mentioning and helping them with the reprogramming and stuff like that, we have these hot fixes, and the hot fixes don't fix anything. Man, it leaves a bad taste in a lot of players. It leaves a bad taste for a lot of players, man. A lot of people aren't going to, like, support your company if this is, like, the energy that's being given out. And like I said, I've been playing this game for 10 years. I'm still always going to make videos about it. I'm still going to make you those free code videos, the discussion videos, the news, crowns, buy as much crowns as you want. I don't care. I just won't renew my membership at all because, again, they don't deserve my energy. I lost my respect for the company when they released the $700 scooter mount, which was the night reward. That's when I lost respect for them because they sat down, they said, we're going to put it at this price, and they pushed send. They pushed submit, and I sat there. I can't tell you how many times I sat there looking at the 550,000 crown number, and I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, maybe this is a visual glitch. Maybe it will be hotfix. That was the one of the last times I was really pushing for a hotfix because that was just the most grossest thing I think you could ever do to a video game. And I've seen gross video games, Activision, Blizzard, Call of Duty, Overwatch, whatever you want to call it. But I think in recent time, that was probably one of the most disgusting things I have ever seen in the history of playing this video game. No, seriously, that was just there. It was just like literally. I'm literally speechless. I can't. It's just really bad, man. And another one talking about the whole Crown Shop cleanup when they were trying to get rid of the housing furniture items for literally no reason, and then the community did a lot of pushback, and then they just forgot about it. Like, you sit down and you make these decisions for, like, absolutely no reason. Players are just not going to vibe with you at all, man. And you could even bring in the whole Type A and Type B situation. A lot of people seem pretty pissed about that. And like I said, I don't care much about all that stuff, right? I just make news videos. But a lot of people seem pretty upset about that. I might not ever know why. But some people are mad about that. And I don't know, it's the little things and big things in this game that piss a lot of players off, right? Of course, I think the main thing could be the paywall. Like, that one would have to be the biggest thing for everybody. Yeah, I think people are just talking and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Also, the new content shouldn't be so grind focused. Like, I know it's an MMO at the end of the day, but with weaving and rematches fights, especially rematch fights, once a strat is figured out, it's then grind to do that fight 25 plus times. Weaving is fine for the most part, but it's the polymorph fights that each take like 40 plus minutes to do. It's not fun. It's time consuming, which is true. I think Contemplative would also say that it's just not really engaging enough, you know. And, you know, talking about weaving and stuff like that, like, personally, for me, I don't really care much about the weaving. I personally love it for the story. I think the story is really good. The labors that you have to do are just really brutal, and I just think they're really not worth it, especially for some of the new spells. Like, I checked out the new, like, storm weaving spell for, like, life or whatever. And, you know, I don't know. It's not really worth my time doing. I mean, I'll probably do it when a free membership happens, of course, because I can't actually access Helenopolis because Helenopolis is a, of course, premium zone. So I can't get inside the Blended Grove. So that's why I'm not doing the weaving quest right now. And also just because I don't want to, you know, like I said, I've been watching basketball, playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, all that stuff. You know, I've just been having a good time. I've been playing Repo. If anybody has played that game, I've been playing that game a lot, Repo. I gotta get back into Fusion Fall as well, which I think is a better MMO that you should definitely check out in case Wizard101 drives your brain into a frenzy. But yeah, it does kind of stack up, right? It does definitely kind of stack up. Same thing with the whole Pyro 101 situation with the gauntlet. I mean, you released it buggy, and apparently the companion was glitched, just like the previous one. You know, luckily they did fix that very quickly, I think. But still, it's just like, why are these bugs happening, man? Why are these bugs happening? It's really sad. It really sad. Someone says, I mean, this update needed another few weeks in the oven. Delay the release instead of releasing it before you preheat the oven. No, they won't do that. That's the problem. They won't do that. They always release it on a fixed schedule. Like, it could be the buggiest mess ever, but they'll still release it. Because at this point, either way, we either wait an extra month for a functional update, or we watch a disaster for a month before it becomes functional. Yeah. When they said keep an eye out when it gets pushed live, I didn't think they meant a day. Yeah. Yeah, literally. Yeah, it sucks, man. It definitely sucks. They definitely do have to do a lot better with prioritizing the updates and stuff like that. I strongly believe that the greater population up at 2 a.m. should likely be offline. This is an optimal update / server downtime. Yeah, everybody's just talking and stuff like that. Wizard101 should focus on quality over quantity. There's so much push out for old and new items in the shop, new or revamped features, and completely new additions that are starting to overwhelm the quality. The results of this is already showing, actually has been showing for a while. Unrepaired and ignored bugs, player complaints are mainly ignored, etc. I have no idea what's happening internally in the office. Maybe a scramble to find a way to compensate the cost of bringing Wiz to console or something else entirely. And don't get me started on the lack of customer service. Oh god, no. Oh god. Customer service is a whole different ballpark, dude. I gotta drink water after that one, dude. Yeah. That's a whole different ballpark, dude. We don't talk about customer service and players getting muted. I think we had that discussion years ago about, you know, people getting falsely muted and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a whole different ballpark, man. I ain't gonna talk about that one. I ain't gonna talk about that one. This seems to be an ongoing thing for both Pyro 101 and Wizard101, with developers pushing out all kinds of content instead of taking time to fix as many issues as possible. Testament was supposed to exist to fix issues before pushing content to live realm. When was even the last time developers have actually fixed every known issue in the test realm before pushing it to live, if that happened at all? There's literally an in-game bug report feature even shown in test realm. Is that even useful at all? Don't get me wrong, we appreciate any fix, but we'd heavily appreciate, like, all the fixes, no matter how big or small. This needs to stop, and that's true. Again, you have paying customers, you have people that are paying for the game, and again, like I said, another reason why I don't renew my membership, or I don't buy like $500 worth of crowns because I'm broke and I don't got no job. And also, I just don't want to. I've been spending too much money on other video games. Yeah, people are just talking. That's all. So that pretty much wraps it up for everything on Discord. Like I said, you can check out the Discord channel if you want. Just go to my description. I have all the KI links and all that junk. Honestly, I gotta update my description. I shouldn't even be giving like the KI links and stuff like that, honestly. Because like, again, like I'm starting to lose a lot of like respect for the company. And it's sad because like I was starting to really like them, and then I see this and I'm like, oh, okay, the spring update is glitched as always, you know. It sucks, especially for their Scion spells. I mean, that was kind of one of the main parts of the updates as well. So, yeah, I mean, another example could be the Portal Apparel, which we know. Portal Apparel went for the ringer, man, but luckily that has been fixed, thank God. Took them, like, it actually took them like a year, I think. Like, it took them a very long time. Yeah, that was a whole problem, man. That was a whole fiasco. I don't think it took them a year. I can't remember, dude. I think it was mentioned in the Discord chat. I can't remember. But, yeah, I was gonna wrap it up for that video. Like, dude, literally. Wow, that's crazy to me. How buggy the spring update was. I mean, that's crazy to me. I mean, I can't wait to see Contemplative Rise essay, dude. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Because I know some of you guys don't even log in or, like, do some of the content. Including me. Like, I don't do some of the content. Oh, dude, another reminder. That gauntlet was also buggy when we tested it on test run, or at least when I did. Yeah, and at first I was super excited for it, like, oh, this gauntlet's cool, I did it, it's really fun, but like now I'm just like, I don't think I'm gonna buy it now, just because like I feel like the gauntlet is going to launch a buggy as well. So there's like no point of buying it day one, you know, or at all. There's no point buying it. Might as well just use like a friend's castle or whatever. Just not worth it. And they get in like the whole, you know, the gauntlet's fine. It was just they gotta fix the bugs and glitches, like the bugs and glitches. And the reason why I don't report on it because it usually doesn't get fixed. So it's like, again, what's the point of reporting the bugs if the bugs don't get fixed? You know? And I played a lot of buggy games, but they have bigger studios and they have bigger resources. And I guess I'm just really tired of Wiz kind of like, I don't know, putting on this like, oh, we're a small indie dev company. Like, I'm just so tired of that. Like, I'm just tired of that excuse. Like, I don't know. Like, if an update is really bad, just, like, delay it. We can wait a few weeks. Like, there's no rush. I mean, heck, Wizard101 Europe still doesn't even have Selenopolis yet. Like, and they wait for updates, like, for so long. Like, yo. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up this video. Console players are gonna have the same issues, too. Like, you're gonna release this on consoles, now you're gonna have a big influx of console players that are also gonna have their separate complaints as well. So now that's just doubling up on everything else. So I personally think they need to invest in a really, and I mean a way bigger development team. I'm talking about maybe like back in the day, like 2015 or stuff like that, you know, like a bigger passionate development team, bigger, better resources, like put all the money in there. But I don't know. Like they say, there's like a small indie dev company. I don't know. I would love to know you guys' thoughts in the comments below. But personally, for me, that's just crazy, dude. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace out. Honestly, this was way better than doing like a round table or a geometric square table. God, don't get me started on the nightmare dungeon. Good God, makes me want to jam my head in a freaking door. Oh my God. God, that round table. Oh my God. God, that whole, you know, the community, the Wizard101 community is a headache. I will say that. But the passion that we players have is very, like, that's something that, like, warms my heart a lot. And it's just sad that that love is not reciprocated, right, with all these updates and stuff like that. It's really sad. So hopefully, hopefully we get another hotfix or a patch. I guess. I mean, how many hotfixes is it gonna take to fix these updates? I don't know, man. But until then, I will see you guys later. I'm gonna relax and cool down. I'm gonna play some Assassin's Creed Shadows tonight. So if you want to watch me play some Assassin's Creed Shadows, please watch me. Because these are video games I actually do enjoy, instead of games like. All right, y'all have a safe night. Peace out, y'all.